Hey everyone, so in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start an LLC in Nevada. We'll go through all these state-specific rules you need to know for starting an LLC in Nevada, and I'll also be taking you guys through the fastest, easiest, and most affordable way to set up an LLC today. So here's a general overview of the steps you need to take to form your LLC in Nevada. We'll go through each of these in more detail later on, but just know that if you don't want to do all these things yourself, you can actually use a platform like Incfile to do all this for you. This is exactly what I did to set up my own business entities. And for most of you guys watching this video, that's how I would recommend setting one up. But yeah, basically the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna name your LLC. 2 is you're gonna appoint a registered agent. 3, you're gonna file your articles of organization. 4, you're gonna create an operating agreement. And 5, you're gonna obtain an EIN from the IRS. Number 1, naming your LLC. So Nevada does have some state specific guidelines for the name of your company. First, it's gonna have to include limited liability company, LLC, or L.L.C. This is going to come at the end of your company name. You can't use keywords like FBI, Treasury, or State Department, and the name you choose must be unique from other LLCs in the state. So you guys can actually go to the Nevada Secretary of State website and do a business name search there to see if it has already been taken. One thing to note is you may want to try and find your domain first to see if there is one available for the name you might use. Sometimes people will file for an LLC and then realize that the domain that they wanted is not available. Next is you're going to need a registered agent. And this is basically a person or a business that's responsible for sending and receiving important legal documents on your behalf, such as tax forms, lawsuits, and government correspondence forms. So you can sort of think of this as like your mailing address or point of contact for your business. And this information is going to be available publicly. So if you are concerned with your privacy, then you probably are going to want to use a special registered agent service. They need to be a full-time resident in Nevada or a service authorized to conduct business in Nevada. And yeah, they can be yourself, an employee, or a registered agent service. Third is you're going to file your LLC articles of organization. And this is basically the legal document that creates your LLC. And this is filed with the Nevada Secretary of State. You guys can do this online, by mail, or in person, and this does cost $75. For most of you guys, I recommend doing this online. It is the easiest. And you're also going to have to file your initial list of managers and state business license application. That costs $150. And you're going to need a certificate of acceptance by appointment by registered agent, and that is $200. 4 is you're going to create an LLC operating agreement. And this is not actually required in Nevada to be publicly displayed, but I still recommend having one. This is basically an internal legal document that outlines the ownership and operating procedures of your company. It's going to include things like the organization information, management and voting structure, capital contributions, distribution rules, membership change rules, as well as dissolution rules. Next is you're going to want to obtain your Nevada LLC EIN. This is also known as the Federal Tax Identification Number. So sort of think of it as a social security number for your business. This is going to allow the IRS to identify and keep track of your business's tax status. It's also going to be required to open up a business bank account, to hire employees, to be paid money into your business, as well as to file taxes. Luckily, the IRS does provide your EIN for you for free, but you do need to submit a form to get it. And that can be done online or by mail. I recommend doing it online. You guys can fill it out pretty fast. And I will say that owners of a sole proprietorship that want to switch over to an LLC are going to need to get a new EIN. Because of course, with a sole proprietorship, you are just using your social security number. So when we're actually creating a legal business entity, we will need this EIN. There may be additional licensing that you need in Nevada. For example, a Nevada business license. So these licensing fees cost $200 plus any formation fees. I recommend doing some more research about this to see if your business needs them. You may also need a sales tax permit or a seller's permit. If you guys don't want to do these yourself, you can actually use a service like Incfile. They'll do this for you for about $99. And yeah, if you have any questions, do some more research or you can ask your accountant. After you form your LLC, you're going to want to open up a business bank account. You may want to get a business credit card. And of course, you should hire an accountant. Taxes can be pretty easy if you are just a W-2 employee or a sole proprietor. But once you have an LLC, it can become a little bit more complex. So now I'm going to show you guys exactly step by step how to set up your LLC in Nevada. And I'll be using a platform called Incfile. This is the exact platform that I used to set up all my businesses. And it's by far the fastest, easiest, and cheapest way to do it. All right, so I've gone ahead and clicked the link that you guys can find in the description down below. It's going to take you to this exact page. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to click Start My Business. It's going to have you select your business entity type. So we're doing an LLC, so I'll just leave that as is. And we're going to select our state of formation. So we're going to go ahead and select Nevada right here. It's going to take us to the 3 different packages that they have. They have the silver, the gold, and the platinum. Now, I recommend for most of you guys, 99% of you guys watching this, get the gold plan because it's going to make your life a lot easier and save you a ton of money. You guys can see that the silver package actually costs $0. So you're paying Incfile $0 to do this for you, plus the mandatory state fee of $425, which you'd have to pay anyways. They're basically going to prep and file your articles of organization, help you do any name searches, and give you free registered agent service for 1 year. Now, like I said, most of you guys should go with the gold plan. This is the plan that I have always used. It saved me hours and hours, and I definitely recommend it. Basically, what they're going to do is all the stuff found in the silver plan, plus they're going to help you get your EIN number. They're going to help you file IRS form 2553 if you do want to classify your LLC as an S corp for tax purposes. They'll help you create your operating agreement. They'll help you create your banking resolution. You get lifetime company alerts, as well as some other really great things that I recommend having. If you really want to, go all out, you guys can actually get their platinum plan. This is their full service plan that includes pretty much everything. And it's just going to include everything as before, plus business contract templates, expedited filing, and domain name plus business email. So since I recommend the gold package for most of you guys, I'll go ahead and select that right here. First, it's going to have me enter in my contact information. After that, I'm going to come down here to mailing address and enter in my address. After that, I'm going to click next. Then it's going to ask me for the state filing time that I need. So standard is 3 weeks as of right now. That's going to cost you $0. It's going to give you your estimated formation dates. But if you need it a lot faster, you guys can actually pay an extra $50 and get it done a lot quicker. Just for this video, I'm just going to select the standard one. I'll click next. Now it's going to have you enter in your company information. So your LLC name, I'll go ahead and enter that. It'll have me select my designator so you guys can choose from this list. I'll go ahead and just choose LLC since that is probably the most common one. This is what your business name is going to look like. Then it's going to have you select the number of members/owners. I'm going to select 1 since it is just me. Then it's going to have you enter in your business purpose. Don't worry too much about this. And then it's going to have you enter in your business industry. After that, I'm going to come down here and it's going to have me enter in the company address information. You guys can either use theirs or you can use your own address if you don't want to pay anything additional. So I'll click that and I'll select the previous address that I entered. Then I'll click next right here. It's going to ask if I want to upgrade to the premium service package. So if you guys need any of these things, I recommend doing that. But just for this video, I'll click no thanks. Then it's going to have me enter in the member information. So I'll click my name right here, the address I entered earlier, and then it's going to have me select the percent of ownership. So since it is just me owning this LLC, I'm going to leave it at 100% and I'll click next. Here it's going to ask me for my registered agent information. Incfile is awesome because they include a free registered agent service for 1 year. So I'll probably just leave that like that. But if you do want to use your own, you guys can click this. I'll click next. Here it's going to have me enter in my tax ID information. So I'll select my name right here. I'm going to enter in the SSN. I'll come down here and select my physical street address and then click next. After that, it's going to ask me if I want to set up a small business banking account. Most of you guys are going to want to do this at some point, so you guys can select that, or you can select no, not at this time. So just for this video, I'll select no. It's going to ask if I want a free tax strategy consult. For this video, I'm just going to say not interested at this time and click next. It's going to ask if I want to do my business licenses with them. I'm just going to select no thanks. I'll do the work myself for now, but if you want them to do it, they'll do that for $99. And finally, it's going to have me review my order for my business. So I'll scroll down, make sure that all these things are correct. And if everything looks good, I'll click next. Here's where I'm going to enter in my billing information. So you guys can see the order total is $574, of which there's a Nevada state filing fee of $425, which is mandatory. So yeah, you can see it's super good deal. You're literally only paying $149 for Incfile to do all this for you. It's going to save you countless hours. And now I'm just going to enter in the card holder name, the address, as well as the credit card information right here. After I've done all that, I'll check the I agree box and then I'll click complete and pay. So yeah, that's basically how you guys can set up your LLC using Incfile in about 5 minutes. And again, that link is going to be down below in the description. So I hope you guys found that helpful. Let's also talk about some of the Nevada tax filing requirements. So there's the seller's permit, and you're going to register for this through the Nevada Tax Center website. There's the modified business tax. So for businesses paying a minimum of $50,000 in wages each quarter, you will need to actually file this. There's also a commerce tax. So for businesses with gross annual revenue of over $4 million, this will apply. You may also need to register for employee taxes. So your employee withholding tax and unemployment insurance tax. But of course, talk to your accountant. They're going to know this better. You'll also need to file the Nevada LLC annual report. And this is also called the annual list. It's due every single year. You're going to have to file online, by mail, or in person, but I do recommend doing this online. And there is a $150 filing fee. It's due by the end of the LLC's anniversary month. And Nevada does charge a $100 penalty for missing the filing deadline. If you get something like InkFile's Gold Plan, they'll actually send you email reminders to make sure you don't miss out on this filing. So yeah, that's basically how you set up an LLC in Nevada. If you're a sole proprietor and you're thinking about switching over to an LLC, I do have a video talking about when you should make the switch, so I'll link that down below. But yeah, if you are ready to create your LLC today, that link to InkFile is going to be down below. And as you guys saw, you can literally create your LLC in about 5 minutes. Just follow along with this video or watch this video and then go ahead and do it yourself. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. This whole channel is dedicated at giving you guys free guides and tutorials at helping you start your business. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.